Guys, what's up? Today I'm going to do the second part of my video, life in Bulgaria versus life in Ireland. And we are going to focus on things like the job opportunities, the standard of living, the medical care, the transportation, and perhaps some other things which made an impression on me. Ireland has one of the highest GDPs per capita in Europe and is considered to be one of the best places for immigrants and expats due to the quality of life and the financial security it provides to its citizens. Bulgaria, on the other hand, is one of the poorest countries in Europe, and at least 65% of the population hardly pay their bills. So, does it really make sense to compare two countries with such different standards of living? Well, it depends on your age, on your priorities. As we grow older, we actually change our priorities and we focus on other things than career and money. And also, there are some young people who work remotely or they consider themselves to be digital nomads. And they're looking for places like Bulgaria where their costs are very low. Ireland offers a flourishing job market that offers a lot of job opportunities within different industries as the second free economy in Europe. So if you're planning your next career move, perhaps Ireland would be a good choice for you, because it provides a lot of top earning jobs. Ireland has been a home to a lot of successful tech companies. For example, Apple was based in Cork since the 80s, and they have recently built another data center in Galway. In Dublin's Silicon Docks, you will find the headquarters for social media giants Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. According to TechLifeIreland.com, there are currently 80,000 people working within the IT sector, and a further 8,000 IT jobs are planned to open each year. Tech jobs are very well paid, and salaries range from 60,000 euros per year and above, depending on the specialty. There are also employee benefits such as free meals, gym, and medical services. Other specialists who are very well paid in Ireland are, of course, doctors, nurses, lawyers. One of the highest salaries is the salary of a surgeon, which is above 200,000 euros per year. And probably the lowest is the one of a sales assistant, which is about 22,000 euros per year. According to the Salary Explorer, the salaries in Bulgaria can be divided in three: low, medium, and high. A low salary is considered around 10,000 leva per year. That's about 5,000 euros per year. A medium salary is considered to be below 40,000 leva per year. That's below 20,000 euros per year. And a high salary is considered around 170,000 leva per year, and that's about 85,000 euros per year. There is a big difference between Bulgaria and Ireland, and especially having in mind that half of the Bulgarian population earns below 20,000 euros per year. Another thing which I like about the job opportunities in Ireland is that they provide flexibility. For example, there are jobs which are paid per hour, and if you find a very good payment, then you can afford to work 4 days a week and have 3 days off to focus on your family, your hobbies, or the things that you like to do. Even if you're not super qualified, you are likely to find a job really fast. You're never stuck without a job for too long. And in Bulgaria, it may take a long time, it may take months or years, and basically you need to know somebody in order to be able to get a good job. In In Ireland, you will find that you get your salary weekly, at fortnight, or once a month. Even some companies give you the option to decide how you like to be paid per week, or once a month. There is a housing crisis in Ireland. First of all, there are a lot of homeless people in Dublin. On top of everything, there are a lot of foreigners coming to do language courses, university, to study or to work in Dublin. And actually, there are not so many houses and apartments to accommodate so many people. This is why the rents are so high. A small apartment would cost 1,400 euros a month. A 3-bedroom house would be 1,800 euros and above. And that makes it almost impossible to rent something on your own. So basically, you have to share accommodation with other people. And even if you enjoy it, like it happened to me, because I briefly mentioned in the previous video that I have enjoyed sharing accommodation with people from different cultures. At one point, you actually get tired of people and you would prefer to rent something on your own. And that's impossible unless maybe you go to a smaller city, or I don't know, I haven't tried this, but maybe when I go back to Ireland, I would probably try a smaller city. The prices of houses range between 250,000 euros and 650,000 euros. It very much depends on the area. For example, there are good areas like Ballsbridge where all the embassies are, and these areas obviously have a much higher value. In Bulgaria, the rent of a normal apartment, like a normal size apartment, would be like 300 euros. That makes Bulgaria in a way very attractive, maybe for all those people who like to come here and work remotely. A new construction apartment in Sofia would be somewhere around 90,000 euros. And if you go into another city, of course, the prices will drop. The cost of living. And some of you would probably suppose that the cost of living in Bulgaria is lower. Yeah, it's true, the rents are lower, but some things are more expensive. For example, if you go into the supermarket, the prices of some food products like eggs and milk are the same as in Ireland. Some products are more expensive even, and only with some exceptions like wine, because Bulgaria is a producer of wine. You can buy a nice bottle of wine for 6-7 euros. According to expatistan.com, the living costs of one person in Bulgaria is 800 euros compared to 2,766 in Ireland. The public transport in Bulgaria is more reliable than the transport in Ireland. The buses are regular, and we also have other options like the metro, trams and trolley buses. The bus ticket for one ride is 1 leva 60, and this is the equivalent of 80 cents. The transportation card for 1 month is 60 leva, which is 30 euros. And in Ireland, you have only buses. There are 2 lines of luas, trams, there is a dart, but basically that's it. There is no underground, and the transportation is unreliable. For example, you might spend 40 minutes waiting for a bus. Adult fares for Dublin bus are based on the number of stops you are planning to travel. The most expensive ticket is 3,30 euros for over 13 stops. The local transport card is called a leap card, and it's recommendable to get one because the transport is more affordable. The daily cap is 10 euros and the weekly cap would be 40 euros. And the health system in Bulgaria is based on social health insurance, which is paid by the employer, and this is a compulsory insurance. And there is a voluntary insurance. And the compulsory insurance actually provides you with the opportunity to go to your GP and then leave a fuel level, which is like €1 something. Explain what your problem is, and then if you need to go and see another specialist, your GP is going to send you to that specialist. If you don't have time to go to your GP, you can go directly to the specialist you need. The private consultations are between 20 and 40 euros, but the most important thing is that if you have a health concern or if you need an urgent operation, the waiting time for an appointment is between 2 weeks and a month. In Ireland, for example, if you are on minimum pay, then you can get a medical card, and then the medical services would be for free. But generally speaking, you need medical insurance, or each time when you go to the doctor, you will pay something like 70 euros for the checkup. And that's a lot of money. And, the fact that sometimes when you go there, you have to wait. Now, touch to wood, I didn't have to do that. I was in perfect health while I was in Ireland. But I went a few times for blood work and it was okay. I didn't have to wait too long. But I've heard from friends that when they had more serious problems, they had to wait maybe something like 10 hours in order to be able to see a doctor. So that's it, guys. It very much depends how old you are and what your current priorities are. But if you are young, adventurous, if you want to travel the world, if you want to build a career and develop professionally, I would suggest you go to Ireland. And if you are a digital nomad, if you work remotely, if you are retired, and you have income that comes from outside of Bulgaria and you enjoy a more chilled lifestyle, then you should definitely consider Bulgaria. As you can see, there is a place for everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this comparison and I hope to see you in my next adventure, which most probably will be a travel vlog. See you next time!